Yo! What's up, man? How you doing? Sheesh. This is a crazy layout from yesterday. Oh, no, this is a different layout, actually.
My name's Ladi I'm from Manchester, but actually from the North East England, a place called Saltburn, a beach town. And now I'm the Vault Manchester.
This guy, like a really random like situation where I met some guy at a festival, he's wearing this Public Enemy tee, and I'm thinking, that t-shirt looks pretty interesting kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's one of the t-shirts A$AP Rocky's wore before, like, a really like rare one from 1993. I was like, just singing to him, I was like, can I try and buy a t-shirt from him? So I was talking to him, he's like, oh, like, my uncle, he's got like all the t-shirts. Any rap t-shirt you want, he's got it kind of thing. I was like, what? So like, right, I need his details.
And this was before the whole hype, right?
This is before the whole hype, man. So that's what it says. When I found the t-shirts, I was selling them cheap.
Yeah. Do you think you? Well, actually, before we get any further, let me get you mic'd up because I got caught up. I want to keep asking about it. So tell me what I'm looking at right here, because you said there's an organization for it. This is the stuff that you brought. This is the Thriftcon stuff. This is the stuff that you brought for the episode. So walk me through this.
So obviously everything's at Thriftcon, but this is more stuff that I thought I'd want to bring for the episode kind of thing. So for example, these are British tees, mainly Manchester bands. So minus Blur. Mm-hmm. Obviously the reason why Blur's in there is obviously the Blur Oasis thing. They had a big battle in the 90s, battle of the bands. So for example, these two Blur tees, Part Life, 1994 album, quite sought after. This is the Ringer. And this version, Damon Albarn is the guy that started the Gorillaz. Mm-hmm. And obviously, so Blur, it's just a band that always goes well with Oasis. And obviously the Oasis tees, I live in Manchester, I'm from the area of Manchester, I know a lot of people who associate with Oasis.
So let's tell the people a little bit about Oasis and the impact that they had on music. And they're from the 90s, right? 90s band?
Yeah, they were the end of 2009 actually. Liam and Noel, two brothers. Obviously the original band, Liam, Noel, Bodeg, Gwigsy, Adam McGee. And with this one this is from 94. From where I'm from the north, so I'm from like the north of England. There's like big north and south divide, so the north's really like working class, really industrial. That was kind of like the bands like Oasis, Happy Mondays, Stone Roses were our religion kind of thing. Like I've got memories of growing up with my friend Jake, we call him the mod father, because he's massively into like the mod scene kind of thing. He was the first person that showed me the film Quadrophenia, which is like basically a big mod film, Stings in it, that sort of stuff. And so Oasis, it's just that's the band. But obviously in Manchester where I'm from, it's the main band. So there's people who walk around, like adults in the 50s, who walk and have the same swagger as Liam Gallagher kind of thing, because they want to be Liam Gallagher kind of thing. Everyone's got a story in Manchester about Oasis. So these tees are massive. This is the US version. So this was one of the US tours from 1995. And on this tour, it's funny because they were taking crystal meth. They thought it was cocaine, so they really fucked in the tour kind of thing. And they did like a gig at Whiskey A Go Go. I think that's in LA, or was in LA kind of thing. And it was just literally, it was a terrible gig because it was so out of the mind kind of feel on crystal meth that just mad. This one's from 1994. Got this one at Rose Bowl actually last weekend.
Wow, this is a recent one.
This one's super rare.
This is beautiful color on this one too.
Super rare. Like when I saw it, and I told the guy's actually doing the guy's doing Thriftcon. And he's like, oh, do you know what t-shirt this is? And I was like, mate, I'm from Manchester. I live around the corner from like where they were born kind of thing. And he's like, yo, and it's like, I've got more t-shirts. I'm bringing the Thriftcon. So he's like, right, you can have it, but bring me some more t-shirts. I was like, yeah. So this one's super rare. Like, just the colour's beautiful in it. This one, Nebworth, on Screen Star. So Nebworth was the gig that they did. This was like the iconic gig that they did, where basically they did two nights, but it could have sold out 6 times. I think it was 120,000 people there. Mm-hmm. And they realised after they could have sold it 6 times over. And this gig is the gig that Bonehead said that they should have probably they should have given up. They should have like done that gig and then just quit then, kind of thing, because they were that big in the UK, like multi-platinum albums, like massive. And anyone who doesn't know anything about Oasis, like the whole issue is the brothers. So Liam and Noel have this big thing where they hate each other, and they still hate each other to this day, kind of thing. And in 2009 they broke up, went off in different ways, haven't spoken for like 10 years, kind of thing. Noel's got his own solo career, Liam's got his own solo career, and like essentially both battling for #1 all the time, kind of thing. Done documentary Supersonic was massive. Liam's got a brand called Pretty Green in the UK, does really well. Noel's doing really well. So in the UK they're just the gods, really. And if they got back together, it would sell out 10 times over worldwide.
If they did like a reunion tour,
Reunion,
like
massive.
that.
It's not gonna happen. Every question they get in interviews is when you get back together, and like Noel's like, I hate Liam, like I'm taking to the grave, we're never talking again. And Liam's like, he's my brother, we'll eventually get back together, but you never know, kind of thing. This one, it's a little bit more newer, it's 2000, but that tour, just the colourway, I loved it, kind of thing. Oasis tees, they don't really lose much value, so up until about 2005 you'll still get a bit of money on the t-shirts, kind of thing. So this on the Screen Star, but the more like newer screenshot tag kind of thing, it's still got a bit of value. I bought this one on eBay. This one 2002, it's a rare one though. UK tour dates, and I've never seen this one before. I've seen it before actually in a darker navy, but I've never seen it before in this colourway, and it's also with the Screen Star tag. So what's another thing too, with Oasis tees, always gonna be a Screen Star tag or Underworld tag. Underworld was the distribution company they were using it for the more official tees. All tees were official, but ones that they sold like at the main gigs were Underworld.
And none of these are Underworld tags, right?
No, because these Screen Star tags, so these are all originals.
Yeah.
The Screen Star tags one that are selling, like, for example, HMV, Asda, Virgin Megastore, so they sell the shops, kind of thing. So they've sold at gigs, but also these ones we sold at shops. Because obviously you always had that big commercial thing where they could sell them in all the shops, kind of thing. They sold thousands, thousands. So a lot of times in Manchester you'll find people who've got 200 t-shirts and be selling them really cheap because there's that many sold. Because Oasis is so big, the t-shirts are always worth money. Massive market in Japan and Malaysia for Oasis t-shirts. Huge market.
Yeah, how'd you get into it?
So I was in vintage for 10 years, just working. It was more at the beginning with vintage for me, kind of thing. It was more get something, wear it, flip it, just quick and easy. I had a lot of years where I didn't have much money, so I didn't really use social media. Well, I used social media, but I didn't have a phone or a laptop, kind of thing. So it was more get the product and go to the shops and just sell straight to them, kind of thing. So I go thrifting, but our thrift scene is completely different than your thrift scene. You've got the bins, big thrift shops, kind of thing. We've got shops the size of this, and what they'll do is they'll condense it down to a rail of 5 t-shirts, 5 pair of jeans. The rest will be books and soap, kind of thing. So the people who will do well, if you travel the whole of the UK every day, you'd probably find 3 t-shirts a day, kind of thing.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean? It's not the same sort of scene. I was leaving London and I was like, I need to sell some stuff like quickly, and eBay was like, the whole process of uploading was even worse back then, kind of thing.
Yeah.
We haven't got a good phone. I was like, oh, this is so long. And then Depop was just there and I was like, this is weird. I thought we just list a few things, see what happens. Then a few things sold, and I was like, oh, this is actually worthwhile, kind of thing. So
yeah.
I kind of fell in it by accident, and I wasn't really taking it seriously at first. But everything I was listing, because at the time back then it wasn't about making money. It wasn't about like profits. It was just more about just sell everything, kind of thing.
Right. All right, next here we got Prodigy
bootlegs. Fat the Land. I got this actually from round 2 actually. I was in there the other day and I saw this, I was like, oh, like Prodigy tee. Getting a lot harder to find actually. I don't know if it's because Keith Flint died or not, rest in peace, but they're getting a lot harder to find. There was a period where I could get a lot of Prodigy tees. That's a Euro bootleg, but these are made in Bangladesh, these stars and stripes, I've noticed that. And I've seen a lot of these coming out of like India, Bangladesh, and the people who sell them are non like Indian guys, kind of thing, must have had loads years ago. But it's original bootleg. I love the whole print process. When they're dead stock, they always seem a bit dry, but what happens is with these Euro bootlegs is they're really tough, like unbelievably tough, kind of thing. As opposed to, for example, the US dead stock tees, so for example like a Hanes tee that's dead stock, they're really thin.
Right.
So you can rip them in half if they are dry rot kind of thing.
Right.
But you can get dry rot tees, not dry rot, but it can be like on the edge of being dry rot, but it's still just unbelievably tough. Still never rip kind of thing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they did always have like a different feel to me. Is there anything on the back of this one? Oh, we got the back hit right there. Another thing that's super unique to me about UK tees is that they're always the double stitch. So like here in the US, we know that a shirt, or one of the signs is that if it's a single stitch shirt. So, but I've seen 80s tees from Europe that are double stitch.
Yeah, there's for most of the bootlegs, they're always double stitch. Not all of them, but most of them were. Obviously, we had a big thing with the screen stars and Fruit Loom too, so they were normally single stitch. But then you can get a few screen stars or screen star tags that are double stitch too. And I don't think there's this big thing for single stitch, double stitch kind of thing. Like it's some people just like I just need single stitch no matter what kind of thing. But for me, it's like I'll buy anything as long as I know it's from that date or it's original bootleg or kind of thing. I feel like some people are just they kind of centralize themselves on certain types of t-shirts. You're missing out on unbelievable tees.
Right. This one's cool. It's got his character on the back. Super dope. I just my girl was wearing a Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, of course.
And it was it was 1996, and I was like, "Did I give you that shirt?" She said, "Yeah." She's like, and she had cropped it.
Okay.
And she said, "Yeah, I you gave it to me a few years ago." And I remembered that I gave it to her. This was when like I first started getting into vintage. I gave it to her because it was double stitch. It was 96, but it was double stitch. And I mean, I feel like a Sabrina the Teenage Witch, I don't really see them. So
no, never.
That would actually be pretty fire now.
Yeah, 100%.
But I gave it to her because I was like, it's not, single stitch.
No, it's crazy. I'd have definitely kept that. But at the same time, it's your girlfriend, like, you're serious.
Right. But still, she was wearing it today. I was having breakfast and I was just like, I wish I had that one right now.
So this one, same thing. It's funny actually, all these are different tags. That's when we get with Europe. And what I've realised is a lot of people that are making the tees back in the day, bootleggers, it was just what's available. Whatever blanks were available kind of thing to go with. There was no like structure to it. It was just let's make money. So I'm presuming whatever was the most affordable at the time to go with kind of thing. So that's why you get a lot of tees where I'll get tees off my desktop guys where there'll be giant. There'll be one that'll be a bootleg, but exactly the same print and exactly the same whatever. So it's just, you could imagine that I'm presuming orders are going in and they'll be like, listen, I've got 100 of these blanks, give me this too kind of thing. Yeah. Back in those days, and that was
they would just any tees they could get their hands on, they would just print on.
100%. Yeah. Whereas now obviously it's specific where it's like you said, one single stitch kind of thing, so everyone's a bit more specific, but in years to come, it'll be like with the gilding and the Fruit and Loom and the AAA and the whatever else kind of thing, they'll have loads of little variations, but they might be in the same day, might all have done in 2019, but just done it'll all vary kind of thing. So I love the old Euro bootlegs, definitely known for it. This one's probably the most common tag, where it's just literally tells you 100% cotton and the size. It's probably the most common, and if you see that sort of tag, definitely just take it. Yeah, because it's original, it's authentic, it's whatever. These sort of tags, ones that come out like Bangladesh and stuff, they are original and obviously authentic, but you could maybe not as better quality of t-shirt, but these ones are probably the best quality t-shirt, definitely, even though they look exactly the same. But from experience, this one's probably the best quality with that tag.
Another Prodigy.
Another Prodigy on Hanes. Had this one before a few times. I think it's from 1994. This one. I've had it. I think I've had it on Brock actually before. No, I've had it on Screen Star a few times. I saw this one. So basically, when I bought all these 4 t-shirts, they're all in round 2. I was like, I'm just taking them all because I haven't seen Prodigy for a while and I'm really into it. So this one on Hanes, beautiful, really tough t-shirt, great design, very subtle, and in the UK it'll just do really well.
So you come across a lot of band tees and music tees. Like, do you like all the music of the t-shirts that you have, or what we're looking at right here? These are mainly the ones that you mess with.
So obviously these ones I know more about kind of thing. So Prodigy I'm into obviously. Sex Pistols. This one's a newer one. This one's from about 99. And the original ones were like 78, 79 kind of thing. Malcolm McLaren was the manager of the band at the time, and it's funny because obviously Malcolm McLaren, who was, I think he was with Westwood, he used to go out with Westwood. He was like just some really out there like designer or whatever. The band hated him, so there's all this big thing about like money and like tussling over like rights or whatever kind of thing. So all this sort of stuff I'm into Sex Pistols because it's that whole sort of punk sort of vibe. Like I don't give a fuck about anything, that sort of shit. Music wise, I'm into them a little bit, but not massively into them. But I'm into what they stood for. Like Johnny Rotten, I love him. I love his books. I've watched his interviews, kind of thing. I just love how brash he is. He's working class. Sid Vicious, who died in the 70s, he was essentially just a typical young guy, hooked on heroin, killed his wife or girlfriend, or sold his space. His girlfriend ends up dead, and a few weeks later he kills himself, kind of thing. So essentially, the whole thing is he probably killed his girlfriend, but his mum was actually a heroin addict too, so she got him heroin. So it's that whole thing of whatever. So Sid Vicious tees, I buy them for intrinsic value.
Right.
That's the original from the 70s.
And these always tend to be chopped up because this is how they would wear them to the shows, right?
That was the punk vibe, yeah. The guy that sold me that, he was just a massive punk. Like he sent me like so many punk tees recently. Crazy original. It's the sort of thing where chop tees never do very well, so I'm not looking to sell this. Even though I'll sell it to someone bad, but no one really cares about chop tees.
Right, but it sounds like you more appreciate the history.
Appreciate it, man. Do you know what I mean? Like this one's on Acme. They came around in the 70s and they liquidated in about 89. So it's just having this like original, it's just unheard of. I've seen a few actually with the actual sleeves kind of thing, but it was a bootleg. So someone's basically just taken the original graphic and just put it out themselves, kind of thing. So great t-shirt to have.
All right, here we go. This one.
Manic Street Preachers. This is a UK tour on a Delta tag. Just a standard tough t-shirt. I got this one quite recently. UK tour, Brixton. Manic Street Preachers tees at the moment, they're at all-time high too. So an original Manic Street Preachers tee will go from anything between 100 to £300 every day on eBay. Like all day, every day. It's just at all-time high for some reason. A couple of years ago.
Is this a Euro band too?
Yeah, Euro band. But a few years ago, you could get them all day for absolutely nothing. But for some reason, they're at all-time high, and that's what happens with rap tees. But it happens with UK bands too, where people just want it, and it's all-time high. But things like Smith tees, for example, are all-time low. No one really cares about Smith tees at the moment, kind of thing.
Yeah, I noticed that because before they would be super expensive to get your hands on, but now it's like I can actually afford one now.
All-time low. I think it's down to Morrissey, because it's obviously Morrissey's views and ideologies. It's probably not helping his cause. He's an arsehole, mate.
Yeah.
Well, did you see the Supreme thing he did when he did the Supreme thing, and obviously he did all the pictures and everything. Then he was like, actually no, I don't want you to put the pictures out, kind of thing. They still put it out obviously anyway. And that's when he put the Supreme stuff out, the t-shirts shop kind of thing. They did the whole Supreme shop for the Supreme t-shirt. They was like, actually no, don't put it out. He tried to sue Supreme. They're just like, we don't care.
Morrissey tees, really always just like very unique graphics. On the other one, he's holding a photo of Oscar Wilde.
Yeah.
What do you think that's attributed to? Like, who does his artwork for his stuff, or does he do it? Because it's super unique.
I have no idea his artwork. And obviously it was all, obviously Morrissey's, it's all the Manchester band kind of thing. So this is just obviously a picture. I won't be surprised if this was shot by Chris Cummins, and Chris Cummins is the same person who shot this Bjork picture. I won't be surprised at all. Don't take my word for it, but I won't be surprised. But a lot of his stuff, a lot of his artwork on his actual tees, just pictures and that sort of stuff, and he's got that sort of like fluorescent sort of vibe kind of thing, like really like relaxed kind of,
just kind of like candid shot.
Candid sort of shot kind of thing. So that's visually, I love his t-shirts.
Yeah. Visually
they're out there kind of thing. I just look like the person.
Yeah, so this one right here is not too weird, but it is just kind of like a big block graphic of a photo.
100%.
Which is kind of like not something you're used to on a band t-shirt. And then we got this back hit right here, which is really cool. One of my favorites of the Morrissey tees.
Yeah, man. This is obviously from a US tour. You can just tell by obviously the flag in there and everything. I've had it a few times. Actually, it's at the Rose Bowl. It was there. A good. Well, actually, it was at a pretty reasonable price. And I was like, oh, can I knock a little bit off? And he's like, yeah, cool. So I took it. And I think last time I had one was from Rose Bowl too. So it's interesting when you see t-shirts from Manchester. I know Morrissey's huge, but when you see Manchester bands in the US, it's like, oh, okay, it's interesting. So I always want to, if I see it, I can't not get it really.
Yeah. Here we got a Joy Division, and I could already tell just by like feeling this one, even though it is single stitch, could this one be maybe a Euro?
This is Euro, obviously UK actually. Another Manchester band.
Crazy. I wish you guys could feel this right here, because now, ever since you mentioned it, now I could just feel in the shirt.
Yeah, man.
They have this like it's a thick silkiness to it.
100%. It's thick, it's silky, it's tough. Little Manchester band. Joy Division tees do really well. This one was sold, I bought this on eBay, and it's funny because the person who sold it to me messaged me saying, "Oh, I know you," like because he works for a friend of mine in London, and he was just selling it on eBay, had it at a good price, and I saw it, I just didn't even check out, I'm taking that. Like it's just a good price, like whatever. Joy Division tees, quite hard to find. A lot of them get bootlegged in Malaysia.
Yeah.
So when you find an original, or original bootleg kind of thing, it's good, but this whole bootleg market kind of thing in the t-shirt, it's kind of killing the originals kind of thing, because they're getting harder and harder to find because there's so many bootlegs out there.
Yeah.
But this one, great t-shirt, really happy with it. It's got a nice original sort of like perfect age sort of fade into it. It's something that I wouldn't mind keeping. Like if I collected tees, I'd just keep it. This is Ladi of TheVaultMCR. Obviously in Manchester, we had that massive acid house boom in the 90s.
Yeah.
With the Hacienda, and obviously this all links into the Manchester tees because they've all got a link to Hacienda or Factory or Tony Wilson who owns Hacienda. So obviously in Manchester, like I say, that vibe of the music, that's house sort of music, these sort of tees, like the drug related t-shirts were huge
Right.
in the 90s, this huge kind of thing. So this one, it's just a rare one. The guy who sold that, he sold to me on a Depop, but I know him very well. He's collected a lot of these drug-related t-shirts, and I was actually surprised he's selling it kind of thing. But this one is something that like, it won't sell at Thriftcon, but if I put it to the UK and put it online, it's gone straight away kind of.
Yeah, this is crazy because in the 90s, even here in the US, there was a crazy like rave scene that was birthed, and I'm a big fan of like the vintage drug tees that people would like wear blatantly out. You know what I mean? This one's cool because it's kind of got like it reminds me of like an I Love Lucy vibe.
Yeah.
So I feel like they kind of ripped that title logo but put I Love Ecstasy. That's a crazy ass tee.
Crazy.
All right, up next we got Lush.
So Lush Spooky. This is pretty rare, really rare actually. Shoegaze tee. I think it's 1992. I think it's the second album. Bought it at Rosewell again, and the person who was selling it was all like, it was a woman, she just had like little dresses and stuff, and it had like one Lush tee. And I was like, oh shit, how do you know this band? And she's like, I just had it for years. And obviously Lush, that shoegaze sort of scene, it was kind of before Britpop and before grunge, so shoegaze was massive in the UK. It was kind of, so I'm from the north, shoegaze was like a southern sort of movement, very kind of pretentious, that sort of vibe music kind of thing, very tranquil, very melodic. But in the north, we wanted that sort of grunge and Britpop sort of thing. So the shoegaze had its own sort of like market and value, really big in Malaysia and Japan. Lush, great band. So bands like My Belief Valentine, Ride, Space and Free, Cocktail Twins, them sort of things, that falls into that category. So when I saw that at Roseballs, I've got to take it no matter what.
Crazy.
And it's a good price. So
good price?
Yeah, great price.
All right, here we got Pulp.
Falls in the genre again of the Britpop sort of genre. On the Fruit Loom tag, heavy Fruit Loom tag. This is actually sold to me by a guy at Rosewell again. So this pile, not most of it's about 5 of them. Basically, I found 5 t-shirts at Rosewell this weekend. All 5 you just seen there. And this one was sold to a guy that he sold it to me. I sold him a Strokes t-shirt about 4 years ago. I remember I saw him at Rosebud. He's like, "Oh, you sold me the t-shirt," and I was like, "I sold it to you." He's like, he won't mind me saying it, he's the least person I expect to buy that t-shirt kind of thing. So when I saw it at Rosebud, I was like, "Oh, let me see your booth." And you'll probably know who he is, I can't remember his name. When I saw his booth and I saw that, I was like, "This guy knows his shit, man." So straight away we did a nice little deal on this. And Pulp tees are so hard to find now. Like, there was a period where I was getting them so cheap on eBay, but so hard to find. So it's like another thing where if I see them, I'm gonna have to take them, as long as the price is obviously affordable, because I can always sell them. I can sell these t-shirts here, regardless, I sell them all day, every day. I've got buys to them like all day, so it's always good to have them if I can find them. And it's one of the things where you look for them all day, you can't find them. So when you see one, especially Rose Bowl, at a good price, and you can barter a little bit, it's like, I'm gonna take it.
So this pile that we're going through, a lot of it is from just recently on this trip.
Yeah, so these, to be honest, mate, all these t-shirts, because I've been basically doing a lot of wholesale recently, so all these t-shirts have been bought in the last few weeks.
Wow.
So that's what I do, so I'll wholesale off half my tees and buy again, but really quickly.
Yeah.
But I'll buy obviously
and
a
that
good price.
keeps the stock fresh.
Keep stock fresh. And obviously, this sort of stuff I'm buying specifically for Thriftcon. So I'm thinking what will work at Thriftcon kind of thing. So it's more like the video game tees, that sort of stuff, but affordable prices. And this sort of stuff is like for the website that I just know will sell really well. So if anyone who follows me, like who's followed me for years, will just know that I've got active. I want to have t-shirts all year round, just different styles every day kind of thing. So you can constantly notice something new rather than like looking and I'm just showing t-shirts I've had for 6 months kind of thing. I want people to know that they can always find something new with me kind of thing.
Fresh, yeah.
And obviously, ideally the price is low enough that you can think, right, I can afford that. Or maybe in a month I can afford one if they've still got it kind of thing. So
this is a tag right here, Redwood, that every time I find it, there's a banger on it.
Yeah.
This one's a band that you were telling me about from your home, Blur.
Yeah, Blur. So it's funny. I was trying to figure out. I was trying to find out about the tag recently, but like you say, it's exactly the same thing. Every time I find a Redwood tee, it's always a banger. I found a silver chair one the other day. It's just a heavy. I feel like it's out of America. I can tell it's outside. You can just tell by the t-shirt.
It is heavy. Yeah, it's got that feel too of the Euro tees that we were talking about. Look at this thick neck.
Thick neck, like really tough. You can tell like it'll wash perfect kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's got a nice fade to it. Same with that t-shirt. Like these two, I think they're exactly the same.
There's another Blur.
Another one.
Oh yeah, these are all Redwood tag.
You got another one, but a better version, dead stock version.
Yeah, this is the dead stock one right here. Sheesh.
So just tough t-shirts, and like I said, Blur or waist, pulp, whatever. As long as the price is right, if I can get it, I'll buy it. If I can't get, because they always sell. So it's like from a business point of view, it's like these will always sell. So I'll always get them, and they look the good t-shirts. There's a big market for it, and I'm into the band, so I can't complain with that sort of stuff. Definitely.
Dope.
The vault's called the Vault because basically my first space in Manchester, the basement was an actual bank vault.
Wow.
Cast iron. If you lock the door behind you, you're gone. Like, you're never getting out of that thing kind of thing.
See, so I thought the vault was like, because a lot of people say like this is going into the vault as if they're not going to sell it, right?
No,
so it's like kind of just like they're just calling it a vault, but it's really just a drawer and their, top drawer.
Yeah,
but you were actually in a vault.
In a bank vault, there, yeah. It's so funny. Well, my landlord at the time, she was like, except for my room, like piled up, like a bit thrifty like everyone else kind of thing. She was like, do you not want to like get a space? And I was like, I can't even afford my rent kind of thing, so how can I get a space? She goes, I'll have a ask around, see if anyone got a space for you kind of thing. The next day she goes, go down to see my friend and he's got a space for you. And I was kind of like, I'm not going to see your friend, because obviously she's a lot older, and I was like, I'm not going to see your friend, it'll be some like scruffy little space, whatever. And I remember she was like, oh yeah, don't bite the hand that feeds you. And I was like, that'll always sit with me. So I was like, let me go see. Went down, ended up in like the town centre of Manchester, so perfect spot. I was looking for this space and I was like, I can't find it. And it's like one of my side of my eye, I was like, it won't be that place, because that's like it's a perfect spot kind of, it can't be that place.
Right, it's too nice.
Yeah. Then it was that place. So I get there, walk in, I'm like, I've come to see Martin. And the guy behind the till was just like, he's not here. And I was like, okay. But I was like, he goes, you want to see in the basement? I was like, yeah. And he goes, right, just go downstairs, it's probably a bit messy. Walked down the stairs and it was just, because basically they were framing there, they used to frame posters. That was the whole thing, so it was obviously full of glass and messy. But it's just this unbelievable basement space, big bank vault in front of you kind of thing, which is like probably the size of that. And the space itself is probably 2 of these rooms, including like little rooms coming off and everything.
Crazy.
And essentially Martin texted me saying, if you clean it, you can have it.
Wow.
In the middle of Manchester, it's like being in the middle of Melrose.
Right.
Clean it, have it. So it took me about a week to clean it, and it was just mine.
Insane all over print, Public Enemy with the nice fade to it. And I'm a little taken back by this one because all your stuff is pretty much like dead stock.
Yeah.
So what's up with this one? How did this one come about?
I found it on crates recently. A lot of people think I don't buy any vintage tees, but if I find something like this, and it's at a good price, I'll take it. Public Enemy is something that I'm into the group, I like what it stood for. And obviously the all over prints, there seems to be all-time high now for some reason. I don't know if you noticed that, like everyone seems to want all over prints kind of thing. So I was like, oh, it's a good price, let me get it. It's just one that I like, and my friend was modelling it the other day actually, and I was like, it looks good on. Do you know what I mean? So
that's the thing about all over prints. At first, I was kind of like hesitant to keep them for myself, but once you try them on, they actually look dope.
they look sick, man.
Fit, you know what I mean?
This is just a good T-shirt, and I just knew like if I was coming to America too, I thought I might as well get this.
Yeah.
So do well in America, definitely.
It's great. Yeah, Public Enemy is kind of the one that, like you were saying, you saw the dude at the concert wearing
The
the Public
first main
Enemy
T-shirt,
shirt.
yeah. So I can always tie it back to that, definitely.
This ODB that you got right here, just chilling.
The ODB 36 Chambers, single stitch,
Crazy.
back and front.
Wow. So this is a rare one. I think we did an episode with Julian.
DJ
Julian Ramirez.
Yeah.
That was the episode. My Daily Routine Vintage.
Yeah.
And he had the white one on the polygram tag. This one's really cool, single stitch.
So obviously, it's funny because I think he mentioned in the video about the bootleg versions of this kind of thing, and he just said, I can't what he said about the cat. I was laughing to myself watching it because the bootleg versions, I found loads of them, and I found. So you know the Supreme soccer version. See that Supreme soccer jersey they got where it's the ODB. It's like the soccer jersey, black and blue and red. Seen that, yeah? So I found original versions of them bootleg in a place in the UK 4 years ago. It was like ODB, Prodigy, Man Manson, that sort of stuff. I sold the ODB, the Wu-Tang ones, really quickly, and then 2 years later I see the Supreme ones exactly the same. So obviously they must have found a few and ripped it and whatever kind of thing. But obviously the ODB, this one's like a beautiful one. I've had ones where like in the back it's not this. But the back is just like the Wu-Tang, like obviously logo kind of thing like that before.
Yo, I don't think I've ever seen this back before.
It's a great back, man.
Wow.
So I've had a few versions. I did the one with the long sleeves where it's like Wu-Tang on the sleeves kind of thing or whatever else. But I did a trade of actually. My friend had this one, and I found a Nirvana tee that I knew he'd want, and I'm not really massive into Nirvana. So I thought, that's the trade. He'll do it for this one kind of thing. He had the price in this really high, and I was like, I'm not paying that money, but I'll definitely get a good trade in it. And we did the trade, and it's just something that I'm happy to keep, but at the same time, if it sells, it sells.
Yeah. My God, I'd probably have to keep this one locked away because, I mean, there's just so many things to love about this one. There's this classic front, this back right here, like I said, I've never seen before. It's got a very light fade to it. I love worn-in things, single stitch. You could tell when you put it on, it's just got a nice drape to it.
Nice light fade. Still got some beautiful sizing to it.
Yeah.
Seems like it's aged well.
Yeah, it's really nice. Crazy. Up next, this is one that just because he's like a kind of, well, he was famous like early 2000s, Daz Dillinger, but he's kind of like a low-key West Coast artist. For him to be in your stash right here is pretty crazy to me. So what's your connection with Daz?
So this one, I found at my dead stock spot a few years ago. I found like 50 of them. It's funny because at the time when I was selling them, nobody wanted them. And then Jay Lorenzo wore one. And then overnight it was like, can I get them? So I basically sold them out very quickly. And then I found this one quite recently again. And I thought it's more like I bought it for nostalgia just because I had so many.
Yeah.
And now I can't get any more. So I'll just get that.
Yeah.
It's a t-shirt that I know a guy in Japan will always buy it kind of thing. So it's good to know that like if I buy this t-shirt, I can always sell it.
Yeah. Real West Coast, came up in the 90s, was part of Dog Pound. And in the 2000s, solo career really blew up. Like I used to bang him in my high school years, like
Serious?
Non-stop. Yeah, hell yeah, I love Daz. Daz, Corrupt, yeah, crazy
Sick
tee.
t-shirt, sick
Yeah,
t-shirt.
and it's got a crazy back hit on the back here.
It's a good t-shirt. I've had it in dead stock conditions millions of times. I've had it with the actual Woodland tag. I had it once in like a really shredded condition, so I feel like someone might maybe shred it themselves, but I just got it. I liked it. It's just a t-shirt. It's a solid tee to always have.
Yeah. Naughty by Nature. Here we go with so this is the kind of Winterland tag that it comes with, huh?
Yeah, the Woodland Rock Express tag.
Yeah.
This one was powered by Haynes. But this one, anyone who's followed me from the beginning will know I've had so many of these. Like so many. To the point where like I used to throw them in for free with like wholesale packages kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And now I'd give anything to have, like, this is the only one I've got.
Yeah.
Like this is the only one I've got left. I made sure I kept one. Just I always knew with this t-shirt, it's just good. Do you know what I mean? It's solid. I've just got to keep one kind of thing.
Wow.
So
Yeah,
it's
super solid graphic with the logo and then them on the front.
Yeah, man.
Really
Like, I keep the
bold.
tag there just I love that, the whole tag and everything. I love that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Nice little back print.
1993. Sick. Fire. So here's another West Coast artist right here. We got Snoop Dogg, the Calvin Broadus tee. So this is dope. So it's like kind of like in beloved memory of like a memorial tee of him. And let's see, is there a back hit on this one? Yep. So his murder was the case.
This one's actually Australian tee. Tell by the tag.
Yeah.
Top heavy, made in
top
Australia.
heavy.
It's obviously copyright dated 1994 by Gem, but at the same time it's obviously distributed in Australia. Bought this from Varsity. Shout out to them. And it's funny because it's the first time I went to the new shop. So I went in there and had that on the wall, and I was like, oh, it's on the wall, it's gonna cost loads. Didn't. And I was like, why doesn't it cost so much money? And it's just because it was the medium. They're like, it's a medium, no one will buy it. I was like, I'll buy it 1,000,000% kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just a great t-shirt. I've seen them online for ages. I've always wanted one kind of thing. And I feel like Snoop tees are like at all-time high also. Like a lot of like the big face Snoop tees like worth X amount kind of thing. So if I ever see one at a good price, I'll always take it, definitely.
Yeah. This one's really cool.
So I'll start with that one. Great tee.
Yeah, we learned on the Black Shirts World episode that the top heavy is the Australian tag. It's really cool, man. All right, up next we got Eazy-E and NWA.
This was a great one from 1990. I've had this one for a while. It's something that I was going to sell it straight away, and then I think I just put it like away somewhere and then forgot I had it. Then I was like going through stuff, I was like, oh shit, I've still got that t-shirt. So it's just a great t-shirt. Obviously I love NWA, and I don't really see many NWA tees. I had that one that's like just NWA, like kind of like mixed up sort of writing kind of thing, but it's really hard to find in the UK. So when I found that, I was happy.
100 miles and running.
Great back print.
Crazy. On to Christina Aguilera rap tee style.
Christina rap tee style. It's a bootleg. I think it's a US bootleg actually. I found this one online. It's just the rap tee style. I've had it before a few times, like twice actually. I had a Britney Spears one, exactly the same sort of italics. It's just a solid t-shirt to have. It's more like a t-shirt for the brand kind of thing. Put it online, solid to have.
Yeah, you don't really see a lot of young Christina Aguilera tees like this one too.
No, you don't know. 100%.
Yeah, this was like her breakout hit, What a Girl Wants. Or, oh no, it was Genie in the Bottle.
Genie in the Bottle, yeah. Not that I know anyway, but
All right, this looks like it's another Naughty.
Long sleeve Winterland tag.
Hooded
t-shirt. Nice little sleeve print. I've had it dead stock before with a tag. I had a Beastie Boys version, which was dead stock. Must have had a line of like this one with like I think it was like the Beastie Boys, Bad Brains, that sort of stuff. Must have done a line with Winterland. But when I saw this, I had to get it. I had it for a while. It's something that I just always like. Not related to that sort of stuff. I always keep for my collection kind of thing. So
up next we got a Tupac. This one's like nicely worn in.
Nicely worn in Euro bootleg, but as soon as this one is it's dated 97, but it's still a bootleg.
Dude, this is crazy. He's like on a chopper.
Chopper motor. It looks like he's on a Triumph or something, or maybe a Harley.
Yeah.
But it's just a nice solid t-shirt. Obviously nice little fade to it. Pretty tough. Back print's quite crazy.
Let's check that out. Oh yeah, that is sick. Thrown up the W. I think he started the West Coast.
That West Coast sort of vibe. Yeah. It's just a cool vibe. I think if it fits someone right, it'll look good in the back of the shirt kind of thing.
Yeah, it's dope. The hand looks like it was drawn by like Mike Judge or something, doesn't it?
Paul Abdul. The jerseys tag, large. Thrifted this one in Spain actually, randomly. I was there, seeing a friend. I saw that in a vintage shop and I was like, whoa. And it was like 20 euros. So I grabbed it. It's just something that like, you know, it's a solid tee kind of thing. Definitely good one to have. US tag.
Yeah.
Nice
yeah,
little.
she had hits in the 80s or early 90s too, right?
Early 90s too, yeah. Then she did a bit of reality TV, didn't she? X Factor or something like American Idol, something that kind of thing.
Yeah, she was like on American Idol, and then I think she like hooked up with one of the contestants. And,
Okay.
like, people accused her of it being like she might have done something. I don't know. I didn't read too much into it, but
Yeah.
she's got some scandal behind her. All right, so here we go. We got some Ice Cube tees right here.
German bootlegs out of Germany from the same guy that had the Snoop Dogs.
Crazy.
We just had a few of these. I ended up buying one actually before off someone else who was also in Germany for a little bit more. But obviously I found this guy, so obviously he must have been a sorcerer. And these are his last 3, so he says. And I just had to take them just because they're solid tee. I actually like them kind of thing. Good size, XXL, but like they're good size kind of thing. Yeah. If you see them in the flesh, you could get a good price for them kind of thing. So I'm not going to try to. These are sort of tees I just sell at like $100 kind of thing, just quick and easy.
Yeah, really dope ones. So I'm kind of starting to notice the pattern of the Euro tees, like the feel. This neck is a little thicker too, good quality. And then the tag is not like the US where it's like a rectangle, but well, it is kind of a rectangle, but kind of not going down. It's kind of stuck to the shirt.
Yeah, it's not as sharp. It's just stuck in kind of thing. But then there's a lot of things where some of Euro tags they'll snip the tag out and they'll stick a tag in kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you get ones where you say something where you can peel the tag off yourself kind of thing. That's a lot. You see a lot of that with Euro tees.
You got stuff on the table here. What's the difference between the two here?
So the stuff on the floor is just essentially stuff that I've just brought, and I'm going to keep the price low on them for Thriftcon. So stuff that are all like pretty decent t-shirts, like the Spice Girls tees, Titanics, Swedish Banshees, Motley Crue, just great dead stock t-shirts kind of thing.
There's some crazy stuff in here, dude.
Ones that I'd see again kind of thing.
Is this here a t-shirt?
Yeah, I've seen that one. I got that actually in LA.
Oh my god, that's an Urkel t-shirt.
Anything you want, take them out, kind of have a look at it, kind of, definitely.
That's crazy. The Nintendo. I mean, this is big right now. The Nintendo Super Mario.
Well,
stuff.
actually, I saw that on. I think I saw your last episode. The guy was. Heat broke. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, I've got a few of them. So,
this is a crew neck right here.
That's a crew neck. Yeah,
I can pull this out, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let me check it out. Just because like all the Marvel stuff is really big, but
the Marvel stuff's popped off mad lately.
Yeah, it's all about the t-shirts, but I really love the sweaters, and this is a crazy one, Punisher. You know what's crazy about the Marvel thing is like not any Marvel tee is gonna hit. It's gonna depend on like the artwork, the artist who did it.
Yeah.
It could depend on the character, and I think the Punisher is one of those characters that's like really loved, and his pieces are sought after.
Europe's so untouched. Everyone goes to the same places, thinking that that's where the stuff is, kind of thing. But if you go deeper, it's that thing you can find. But everything about Europe is, we always say to people from America, it's not like the US, where it's like a paper trail to get stuff. Mm-hmm. Like you have to have an idea where you're going. And the place where dead stock is in Europe is not where you think it would be. Like it's in the most weirdest places ever, kind of thing. It's not going to be. It's like when Thrift Lord, I was watching his video on where he found his rap tees, and it's funny when he first found the tees. I was watching his story. So I only started following him last year. Met him last year, he's a nice guy. But I was following his story, and I remember when I was following his story and he found them, I just could tell exactly where it was. Not exactly where the shop was, but I could tell what sort of place it was in. I could tell it was a salon just by what I could see in the video. Mm-hmm. And that's because I've been in them sort of places in Europe where, why would t-shirts be there, but they are, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So now when I go to certain places in Europe, I look for these sort of places, like old salons,
right,
like old souvenir shops that have nothing to do with t-shirts.
Right.
But if you see a t-shirt there, then it's like, right, we've got any more.
Right. And
they always do, because in the 90s, which is, I presume it's like now though, the sort of people that bought all the t-shirts in the 90s kind of things, and it's even the same now, are the sort of people that were just looking to flip them.
Right.
Or they're making themselves, kind of thing.
Right.
But just looking to flip them. They're in tourist destinations.
Yeah.
So
like the same kind of people who would buy a bunch of fidget spinners right now.
100%.
Just to make a quick flip.
It's
T-shirts
exactly
were like that in the 90s.
It's exactly that. The people who buy everything to make a quick flip, and they realise when it stagnates, they stockpile it. And when you find them, they never want to sell you it there and then, because they want to say what's in front of you. That's why with dead stock you got to be persistent, and not people don't really get that. Like I was saying to a friend about 2 years ago, I was like, oh, you're in London, I'm in Manchester. If you look for these certain things, you will find dead stock. And he was like, all right, yeah. And now he always finds dead stock, because you look for certain things, you got to be persistent. It's not going to happen overnight, because obviously if you walk in a shop like, oh yeah, right, I need to sell the t-shirts, they'll be like, who the hell are you? And no, you need to build that relationship.
And why do you think that is? Why wouldn't these people want to sell all the old shit that they have right there on the spot?
Because it's just a thing. It's like if I walk into your house now. It's different actually, no, because you're a seller. Mm-hmm. It's more like, for example, if you walk in a supermarket now, and it's like, right, you got anything out of date? It's like, yeah, but we've got stuff in front of you.
Yeah.
Why don't you buy this for first, kind of thing? Mm-hmm. It's that sort of mentality where it's like, yes, we've got more, but we haven't got time to go at the back because there's only me here. Why don't you just buy what's in front of you, kind of thing? Right. So if you buy what's in front, so if I find a shop and it's got loads of little t-shirts, I'm like, sweet, I'll take all this, even though it's crap. If you've got any more, this one though. They're like, oh, maybe tomorrow, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm only here today, so put a bit of like pressure on them kind of thing.
Right, put the pressure on them.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And most of the time it's like, no, it's like, right, I'll be back next week. If you have got it for next week, could you possibly like leave it for me? Happened with caps quite recently, where I found one cap randomly. I was like, you got any more of these? He's like, yeah, I haven't seen them for years. I was like, well, if you find them, because the price is like cheap, like £1. I was like, if you find them, I'll literally take every one. And he's like, seriously? I was like, yeah. He goes, why do you want them? I was like, oh, because I sell this sort of stuff. And he's like, oh, you have to give me a day or two. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I won't be back for another week. So I was like, I'll take your number. Then literally a day later, he's like, just sent me a picture of like 200 caps. I'm like, right, sweet. So it's, I think when people realise you're serious, then they want to obviously make money on you kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think when this initial meet, and I feel like with people who are buyers and that sort of stuff, there's kind of that arrogance of like, I want it all now. It's like,
All right, so now we're off to a new pile here, and just right out the gate, we got this super crazy Bjork piece right here. I saw you post these, and I was like, man, I really hope that he brings these for the episode, because I've just never seen these. So give me some background on these right here.
okay, for this one, it's quite interesting, the whole story, but long story short, it's done by Kevin Cummins. He's from Manchester, where I'm from. So he's a big iconic photographer. Shot Bjork, shot like Joy Division, Morrissey, that sort of stuff. But this is done by Journal Standard. So these sweatshirts came out in 2017, Japan only sold probably like 100 each kind of thing. At the time, the reason I knew about it is my friend was in the line for it randomly, and he's like, yo, Ladi, you like Bjork stuff? And I was like, yeah. He goes, oh, I'm in line. I said, I was going to get you some sweatshirts just to see what they think. I was like, okay. Googled it, I was like, mate, get me what you can kind of thing. And you only let him get one each. But obviously, he had his girlfriend there, so one each. Still the tags, keeping on completely dead stock kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just one of the things where I'm not bothered about selling these, not because it's Bjork, just because the photographer is from Manchester, Man City fan. He's actually born on Main Road, which Main Road is where the City Stadium was. Main Road is where Oasis had a gig, main Oasis gig kind of thing. He's a huge iconic photographer. The fact that he shot someone like Bjork and then did a collaboration with a Japanese brand shows the level that he's on kind of thing. So great sweatshirts. And only did I think it was like this sweatshirt in black and 2 t-shirts.
Wow, this is great. Yeah, you had brought his name up before too, because he's been doing photography.
Yeah, I thought he shot the Morrissey t-shirt there. I feel like he shot that sort of like style, kind of like straight up in your face kind of thing, quick and easy, like zoomed in lens kind of thing. He's a great photographer, iconic, massive in the UK, huge. He's done lots of stuff, done like loads like publication stuff, kind of from like old like Diner, that sort of stuff.
This is gorgeous. I love these two expressions.
Great pieces.
All right, up next we have another Bjork piece. This one's this is a unique looking Hanes tag right here with the top T tag. I think I've seen that one before.
So this one, I found this one quite recently. It's a Japanese boot, I can only presume. I was trying to figure out what this says, and I was speaking to my friend recently, and they basically gave me like, it said something so really weird, like nothing like related. It was more like maybe lyrics, but from a random song kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she was telling me that like that's what you get with a lot of Japanese boots kind of thing. If they weren't anything to do with like a tour or anything, just like really like random lyrics kind of thing that just didn't correlate to anything. So it's an interesting one. But when I saw it, I was like, I'll take it kind of thing. So great, still tough tee, dead stock. So I was pretty happy with this one.
Yeah, it's great.
I've been hit up a few times saying, do you want to sell it? So I'm probably going to try and sell this one at Thriftcon, but if not, put it straight online.
Continuing with the Bjork, and I'm gonna let you introduce this one because that one's crazy.
So this one's the one that I showed you earlier. 1993 debut screen size tag.
It takes courage to enjoy it.
This is, honestly, I don't know, I just feel like it's one of the rarest ones out there. I feel like there's a few Bjork tees, like originals that are rare, but I feel like this one's probably one of the rarest.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like I've seen every one minus this one, and when I saw it, I remember seeing it once in a guy in Japan, and then my Japanese friend actually messaged me, showed me a picture of a guy wearing it, and he said it was the first time he's seen it on that guy, and I haven't seen anything else, and I was like googling it, couldn't find anything, and just to find it, like I said, I paid up on it, but I wanted it that much. When I saw it online, I was like, I'm not taking that no matter what. Obviously at a good price kind of thing, and paid up a little bit, but it's one of the ones where, like I said earlier, I'm not going to try and sell it at a stupid heavy price. I'd rather just keep it.
Yeah.
There's no point me trying to like change it up and whatever kind of thing, or buy into this thing of trying to set up super high just to make money. It's not about the money with me now. It's like, I wanted this t-shirt, I've got it. If I keep it, I'm happy with it kind of thing.
Got a wrestling tee right here, Shawn Michaels.
HBK, all over print.
That's a crazy one. I don't think I've seen this one. It's even got like the glitter on it.
Yeah, man.
That's wild.
I sold my other one to Earthling. I sold 2 to Earthling.
Of course, they have like a pretty good wrestling tee collection.
Did I?
This one's crazy. It's got like the 80s WWF logo on the back.
HBK Switching Music is probably one of my favourite wrestlers, especially him and Kurt Angle. Just spent years watching wrestling kind of thing. I stopped wrestling when I was about 11, but before that I was just living it kind of thing. So anything HBK, if I could find a Ric Flair tee, I'd buy him all day just because I was so into him. He's just massive.
All right, up next we got Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
Looks like there's a couple Guns N' Roses in there, huh?
Yeah. Another all over print.
Kind of a contrasting design on these two.
Yeah.
This one's kind of got like a Grateful Dead kind of vibe with the tie-dye and all that.
Yeah, man. And then this one, just the standard all over print with the great sort of feel to it. That sort of like crispy sort of print process.
Yeah.
I found this one very recently, had that one for a while. I haven't tried to sell it when I was trying to sell it at Thriftcon. But just liked it. It's dated 1990. It's got that sort of like hand-drawn sort of look to it kind of thing. And this all over print, I just noticed it just do well, like I said earlier.
Yeah.
And it's just, I like this how it's like tie-dye, like very like psychedelic. It's just like a really cool vibe to it.
Yeah. And this one right here is just crazy. I've seen this one actually recently for the first time.
Yeah, the Dust and Bones.
That's insane. Crazy.
Brockham. But it's actually got a Screen Stars tag, which is interesting. So obviously you can tell it's out of Europe.
Wild. So if you had to choose, Giant or Brockham?
If I was wearing t-shirts, I'd choose Giant. I think Brockham t-shirts is better. But if I was wearing a t-shirt,
as far as graphic goes,
yeah. But Giants, they've all been. I've had some unbelievable Giant tees kind of thing, unbelievable ones. But if I was wearing it, I'd choose Brockham. Oh, sorry, no, Giant. Sorry, I can't remember what I was saying.
All right, so here we go. We got some Pearl Jam joints right here. So this is a long sleeve Pearl Jam here in the live era.
Yeah, man, with this nice little sleeve print.
Yeah.
Had it a few times. Orange version, red version I've got also somewhere. I got off one actually yesterday, which is short sleeve with a red version. It's got a nice little back print. This one, love this one, really into it. There's back print on that one.
Yeah, this one's crazy right here. What's up with this one? Was this like the artwork for the album?
I think it's the album, yeah. And this was obviously made in the US with the Haynes. Back print's amazing.
Yeah, it's got that tribal type of
rhinos.
font. All right, so this next one looks pretty nicely worn in, so I'll let you pick that one up.
A very, very, very mash-up Minor Threat.
Minor Threat.
This is from a guy at the ball. He told me that he thrifted this and that one. And it's absolutely battered, but I've got so many punk tees at home that I'll just go, I've got punk and like death metal and rock tees that like battered, that I'll just literally take it back and just add it to that little collection kind of thing. And I've got a lot of buyers in Japan who will take this sort of stuff for me, definitely. Yeah. And obviously, for Gazy, nobody, like they didn't do much merch, didn't do any merch at all kind of thing, in fact. And the only merch they did do was like a long sleeve that I had very recently. I've had it twice. And I think they only sold like 50 of them t-shirts. And so anything for Gazy, like it's essentially gold dust kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So that t-shirt, I think it's their second album, like I've never seen it before. And it's just essentially worth a mint really. Like it's a bit battered, well actually it's extremely battered. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, I wouldn't even try and sell it just because it's extremely battered. Mm-hmm. But if someone came to the studio like, oh, I really want this kind of thing, like cool, like if you really want it, you can have it. But anything Fugazi, like cool.
For sure. Up next we got, this is like a grail in the t-shirt community. This is one of those tees that people who don't even know the band pick up because they know that this is worth a lot. Sonic Youth Dirty T, and this one's in excellent condition right here. And what do you think it is about this band right here that has people on that? What is it about this shirt?
I think the shirt, along with that one, that's the other bunny too. I think the shirt too is a great t-shirt, and I think maybe the album, that people go for it. I think Sonic Youth, it's got that sort of big following in Japan. They have a lot of like Japanese style tees kind of thing, and I just don't know. I think it's just once you do t-shirts, you hit a market like Japan kind of thing. That's when everyone seems to be into it kind of thing. I couldn't tell you exactly why.
When everybody sees that passion, it's kind of contagious.
100%,
right?
it's contagious kind of thing. 1,000,000%.
All right, up next we got Pixies. This is dope. Cool.
Had that one recently. I saw it to Liam Gallagher's son from Oasis. It was interesting. The desktop version had the other version too, where it was basically the Pixies, it was like a world. So it's basically the same colourway, but it was like a world, and that spaceman was kind of like hang off the world kind of thing. Had about 10 of them. I sold a lot of them to the US. I tried to get them back recently, and no one's answered me. So there you go.
So you just hit up the customers?
Yeah,
and say, can I get them back?
If I saw like 3 to them, I'm like, oh, can I get one of them t-shirts back? And then you say no, yes. It's like perfect.
This is interesting. Nirvana, Nevermind. So is this one a Euro bootleg as well?
Euro bootleg, Kurt Cobain, Dollar Sign, probably out of France. They actually get with them, they sort of like the bootleg kind of thing with that sort of blue back print. I've noticed coming out of France. This one's a really, Dollar Sign one's really rare. And the thing is, all the Dollar Sign t-shirts I've seen a bootleg that I've always seen kind of thing. I've had like long sleeve ones, I've had hoodies, they're all bootlegs. So this one's just a great one to have. There's another version where Kurt's got a different like expression on his face, but finding that one, it's like gold dust really.
Interesting. I've never seen him on the one with him on the dollar like that. This one I have seen right here.
Yeah.
This is a grail, one of the grail of the Nirvanas right here.
The Memorialty. Quick and simple. The first one I ever had was some F's and Frank. I bought it 3 years ago at inspiration off them. It was like a really battered version, but I always wanted it. So I got it for Jesse gave it for a good price, and then ever since then I've always had like one here and there. They always seem to pop up in the UK. The Nirvana bootleg, styled in US, but these are just like UK bootlegs. Very tough sweatshirts. You can see like the cut of the sweatshirt, like with the low back.
Yeah.
It's typical out of like the Euro bootlegs. These are sort of ones you'd find at UK versions of flea markets in the 90s kind of thing. So places like Stevenage, Skegness, Blackpool, people in the UK know what I mean. These would have sold these sort of bootlegs. And I found this one off a guy called Triple Threat in the UK. Great one, and it was a good price.
Great.
Nirvana Silver, another UK bootleg. This one's had sleeves put back onto it kind of thing. So it was obviously sleeves that we cut off. Someone's added the sleeves, I can tell because of this colouring on the sleeves. When you look at it inside out, I could just tell that obviously it's been restitched.
Oh, the stitching on the inside gives it away.
So I didn't really care, but obviously it's one of the ones where it's like, you couldn't, if I was going to sell it, I have to let them know kind of thing, rather than like, oh yeah, it's a t-shirt, right. Someone eventually know. But it's just a solid tee to have kind of thing. It's a bootleg, but at the same time, solid tee to have. It's something that you could put in the studio, and if someone comes in and really wants it, take it.
Yeah, I've seen even like this one right here has got the Euro tag on it, but even the ones that are the reprints that have like the newer, what tag is that? I forget what it is, but yeah, there's a demand for them.
Oh, it still sells like straight up kind of thing.
This is crazy right here. So this is a smaller size. It's gonna be for a lady here.
Yeah, man.
Whole hoodie. Hoodies are doing so well for me right now. I love hoodies. And this one's super crazy.
This one was given to me by a grafter, guys who obviously sell all outside gigs. He was selling me posters, and he said, "Do you want this sweatshirt?" And I was like, "Let me see." Yes. I said, "Well, why don't you want it?" He goes, "I'll just take it." And I was like, you do know the worth of money?" He's like, "Nah, take it, I don't care." And that's what you get with a lot of people in the UK. They don't really care. So I was like, "Sweet, I'll take it, no problem, done."
Hooked you up. What's one tee that you like sell out every time you get it? Like, what's your number one seller?
So many number one sellers. Probably like Oasis tees.
Oasis tees.
Yeah. I'm just known for it kind of. I just sell them all day, like quick and easy. I could sell all them in front of you now, like quickly.
In a flash.
One message, all gone, just because there's someone who just wants it and they can sell it to. And they're quite hard to get in the US and Japan kind of thing. But in the UK, for me, especially in Manchester, I can get them all day, every day. Crazy.
Yeah, isn't that like a crazy thing about vintage, that t-shirts can allow you to go anywhere in the world, make some money, and like pay for your trip, and
Crazy, man.
I love that.
I give anything. Honestly, it's one of the maddest feelings ever knowing like you can travel anywhere really. As long as you take t-shirts with you, you can essentially pay for the trip.
Yeah, it's super fun. I think we're at a place right now that we're gonna look back and be like, remember, like t-shirts, you know, they blew up or they're still crazy,
Yeah,
but
man.
remember when they first started? And
I think it's mad how the community's that small, but it's not small. It's obviously huge, but you can essentially like you kind of like know everyone.
it's small, but it's passionate.
Passionate.
You know.